My name is Norman Beaupre. My second book is the story of my growing up. It is called The Little Eater of Bleeding Hearts. It starts from the beginning, as much as I can remember far off, up to about 17 years old. The title, The Little Eater of Bleeding Hearts, is when I was about 2 years old. My mother tells me my great aunt had bleeding heart flowers in her front yard. I used to go down there with a babysitter, and I was attracted to them. And as a child would, puts everything in his mouth, I started eating bleeding hearts. And I thought it was a splendid title for the author, using this as a metaphor of his writing. It was first written in French and was published in Chicoutimi in Canada, in Quebec City. It's all about my growing up, and growing up is universal as such, so I think people will identify with this. It's very frank and authentic. It comes from the brains and the heart, so to speak. The second part of my book was written later on. It's called When the Flowers Are Gone. The first part that I'm introducing today deals with when, as far back as I can remember, up to about 17 years old, I was born in Biddeford, Maine. Parents that were Franco-Americans, it means ancestors came from Quebec. I am told I was born on a Sunday afternoon at 5 p.m., July 7th. And my mother checked all my limbs because she was a lame person. We wanted to make sure that her son was all right. With her was my aunt, Eva Cookson Beaupré. We called her in French, Ma tante Vava. And she was really a godsend for us, the three children, because I have two sisters. She was very close to the family. She had no children. She spoiled us, not in money or gifts or what have you, but her love and her songs. And she even related to me that when I was young, probably 4 or 5 years old, she used to bring me to bridal showers and baby showers. And I was a little ham. I used to sing in front of all those women that were there. I would not do that today, but I enjoyed singing. I learned many songs from her. Most of them were in French. She had a very nice voice. I miss her. I really loved her. There were roving photographers at that time, and I have a picture of myself when I was about 4 years old, and they took pictures of me, and my mother told my aunt, "You should not have dressed him that way. You know, his shoes are not shined and his tie is not put on straight," but I have the picture anyway. Because I have my mother, my two sisters, my paternal grandmother, who was a great cook, and she lived across the street, so I used to go visit her almost every single day, and she was very close to me, dear to me also. And my aunt, my godmother, and relatives and friends, all of them being women. So I was kind of the little cherub of all these women, took care of me and taught me songs and what have you. So I call it the domain of women. Then there's the domain of men and words, because as a writer, and I should say poet, words are extremely important to me, both in French and in English, as well as the nuns who used to teach me in grammar school. There were little trips that my mother and father took to go visit relatives. So I touch upon all of these things in my book. I feel safe and secure, and I think I had a very good childhood, even though my parents were not rich or didn't have many resources, but I was surrounded by family, and the neighborhood was French-speaking, and I felt comfortable, and we belonged. That was the important part of it.